knackered he was. So I know when people say they're tired, normally they mean it, but I also know that when you say you're tired, I can keep you awake for ages.
Depends. Sometimes I'm so tired I just want to go.
Yeah, but yeah. I'm good at bothering you, though. It's not even a sex joke, but it could be. Can be if you want it to be.
We are on the same side here,
I had a half thought about that, then thought, oh, nah, if I wake Simon up, he'll kill me.
We all know it was the Carja who let the Bristlebacks into the valley, sent them straight through the gates of Barren Light.
That is...
What do you want, Olga?
Hello, side quest.
Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought? If you want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the Bristlebacks and sign the concession decree. Face it, what other choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So, the savior herself. Walloper of Derval, gutter of youth.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Olfent Friel, at your service. So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian?
Did you know that tonight's quest was meant to be play Final Fantasy XIV in 4K and come a little in your pants?
By the forge.
It'd be simple.
Well, I suppose at least to let us sit for a bit.
Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my saviorly attention.
Oh, that's not Simon saying this is too loud.
Of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take
Is
place.
it you messaging Lee saying that USB ports are retarded?
Yeah.
Let's get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast.
I wonder if he went... Oh, it's quite late actually, he might be asleep.
You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment pusher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
How noble of you.
Noble, ha! Born with a hammer in hand I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap. Everything I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The, burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Osram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to step up and say no more!
Uh-huh.
You ordered the work stoppage?
Indeed I did. We're laborers, not soldiers. Until the Carja clean up their mess and give us the fair deal we deserve, I'm not risking Osram lives!
Fair deal? You mean your concession decree?
It's not my decree. It's on behalf of all the good Osram laborers of this land who do all
Look
the
at this
backbreaking
armor.
work, while only the Carja reap the rewards.
He's got his tits out. Why does he have his tits out?
To share in this prosperity.
I bet they're too cowardly. Yeah, let Aloy have that costume.
Right. And just how much would be your share?
Only an amount appropriate to my contributions to this community.
Also, I think, I don't know if Aloy ever really had much tits, but she's got negative tits now.
Of course.
Look at the negative tits, Kieran.
Ugh.
I mean, that's probably
Chain Scourge is on
accurate of,
Carja
like,
land.
actual
Shouldn't
armor.
Carja be in charge? Who appointed you?
The sensibilities of good Osram folk, of course. You think a Carja can head this whole venture? Ah! The magistrate can barely make the trek from Barren Light without losing a few screws.
So you have no real authority then? People only follow you because you say so. Loudly.
Anyone who has followers has authority. I've been with Chainscrape from the beginning. I mean, I'm practically its founder, and its honest folk know I'm indispensable to its success.
Yeah, it was saying it updated as well. It really shouldn't matter.
You said you founded Chainscrape. Somehow I doubt that.
Practically founded, I said. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smattering of tents in barren light shadow.
This man seems punchable. Have you tried any new flavors yet?
And here we are. You could say Chainscrape is what it is, thanks to me.
It was a bit air.
Oh, so you're not just standing around.
Were you very
coughing
surprised
off
by that
everyone else?
information? Did you fill a full thing or a half thing? Because you...
Sure, I make a little return on my investment here and there, but my main priority, as it was from the beginning, is to look after the well-being of these honest, working offspring.
He smells like middle management. I don't like him.
Yeah.
Where's the whistle?
Right in the middle of town, but with the threat out there, I'm not endangering innocent Osram lives.
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done, this valley is going to get moving.
If that's what it takes. Until then, I'll keep looking after the safety of these good folk.
Just be ready to blow the whistle. Better see what that Carja magistrate wanted.
Oh, good deal.
He's in the tavern.
Hello. You also have a quest. He's chopping an onion.
Milda, I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a
Hi,
stranger
Colin.
in a sleeper hold. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again. You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Oven didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my
Yeah, I think
apologies.
they've got real humans on this.
His minions want
Like, I think they've got actual actors and stuck dots to their faces.
Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip.
Especially for how, like,
Some of your...
not necessarily ugly, but kind of imperfect
Yeah.
the NPCs are. Like, he looks like an actual, like, random customer. He doesn't just look like NPC 123.
Probably,
Or they might have done what they did in Assassin's Creed 1, where they, like, literally just took a million photos of a million people.
yeah.
Sorry, you were going to say something.
So they've probably done the thing where they take the face masks of, like, real people
Mm.
and, like, map it to, like, a model.
Are all
Works
these
quite
people
well.
causing you problems?
Oh yeah.
That might also be why
Demand my
she doesn't
best.
look quite the same as she used to, because they maybe found a girl that looks a lot like her, but chubbier. But she's not fat.
Olven discount they feel so entitled to.
And if you refuse?
I make meals, no trouble.
How did you end up in Chainscrape?
Heard about a new and upcoming town at the edge of the frontier. Where there's a town, there's a tavern. I was in need of work. So I got myself out here and started cooking. Some of these people had never tasted proper boars and berries stew before.
I couldn't resist that one face with tears of joy.
Huh? Oh, what you
Guess
sent
they
me.
like my food. Or the ale.
Your last customer mentioned your cooking really kept him going out in the wild. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you have the decency to ask pleasantly.
But...
But my special groove griddle is no more. Without it, I can't cook any of my signature dishes. I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to refuse Olven or his goons. Even if I already had the right ingredients, there's nothing I can do. Unless you can source me a temporary replacement?
What do you need?
For the ingredients. a few pieces of decent wild meat.
Yep.
And I'd say a big handful of bitter leaf stems. That'll do. As for the griddle, a corrugated metal panel might suffice until I can have a new one forged. You'd likely find one in a scrounger pile if you follow the river to the northeast. Don't worry, I'll clean it first. You'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way. Assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Mildif. I'll keep an eye out.
I think I've got most of those ingredients.
What gratitude sounds like.
And don't let anyone push you around, okay?
If you say so.
Aww. So yeah, you've already got those items. But it's like, here is a specific quest objective, so you can't just hand the quest in instantly. He's got. Oh, look at that character. His eyes had like glowingness behind them. It was really weird. Like the texture was missing. Oh, it's not gonna do it now. Oh wait, whatever. He's clearly a potion maker, herbalist. Javad the Willing. You seem useful.
Savior, thank you for taking the time. And my condolences that you had to endure Ulvin's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. That sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Karja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
It's making unhappy faces. What's it doing?
Get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first report of them came from west of the quarry. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't...
Putting over the barrel, figurative.
The only way I know about...
Maybe we should have asked him to not factory reset it, but then I suppose he'll have probably wanted to.
I can offer a considerable bounty in return. Help me shut Ulvin up.
What is this concession decree that Ulvin wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram holdings. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because he stands to profit somehow?
Exactly. With the Daunt under Oseram law, he could secure more investment for their numerous ventures.
He can't get those investments without the concession?
No. Not while there's a chance the Sundom could revoke their access.
Jesus, these cutscenes look like live action.
They do, don't they? It's really good.
And why blaming the Karja for the bristlebacks, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
How does blaming the Karja for the bristlebacks help Ulvin get his concession?
Look around. This may be the Sundom, but chain scrape is all gears and rust and ale. Claiming that the Karja loosed the bristlebacks in order to intimidate Oseram laborers into obedience. Well, let's just say no one here has forgotten the atrocities of the Mad Sun King. And with the bristlebacks bringing work in the valley to a halt, Ulvund has plenty of time to pick at barely healed wounds.
And if the Oseram refuse to work, unless the concession is signed, you won't have a choice.
Correct. The reconstruction of Barren Light must continue.
How did You get stuck out here.
I asked for the posting, believe it or not. Overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the Sun King? It was an honor. Is an honor, I mean.
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvund blasting hot air all the time?
Ulvund's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even fancies himself the founder of Chainscrape. Now I'll find a way to live with him. I have to.
You said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the court?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran all the way here.
Good place to start looking then.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvund will stop blaming the Karja for every problem under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding Barren Light instead.
Yeah. That's where I've just been. How a video game, don't be like that.
You wanted to speak to me?
Look at this man.
Well, you know better than anyone it's a dangerous world out there.
Yeah.
Not just against machines.
He's got sink drainers for eyes.
Name's Odin. This here's my training pit. Best place to practice close combat this side of the Forbidden West. Say, I wonder who'd win in a fight. You, the savior of Meridian, champion of the East, or the Enduring, master of the West.
Who?
The Enduring, a legendary Tanakh fighter, the master of masters. I've heard the Tanakh have training pits just like this one. It's how the warriors get so fierce, see? And only the very best from the pits get to train with the Enduring.
So, to find the Enduring, I should look for these training pits if I'm ever out that way?
You'll have to go far if you do. The Tanakh are split into 3 clans, 3 clans, 3 capitals, 3 training pits. My guess is you'd have to beat all of them if you want to train with the Enduring. If the Tanakh don't kill you on sight, that is. But that's a far spark in the wind. As for right now, I also offer challenges to test your fighting skill.
Who would I be fighting exactly? You?
Quite professionally written.
I know you're the savior and all, but you have to beat all the others first to challenge me. Rules are rules. We only use dual blades and practice arrows, mind. These drunken fools would run themselves through otherwise. You have to leave everything but your spear and practice arrows at the gate. But I'll look after your gear, not to worry. So, what do you say? Up for some training?
I might be.
That's what I like to hear.
R1, R1, R2. Light, light, heavy.
Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through.
Okay, this is actually quite a
if you
decent
keep
way to
repeating the
teach
same
you.
attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable. Close attention to your opponent's stance. Read their intentions. Choose your attacks to break their defense.
Yeah, I haven't actually used this technique. Oh, the time, so it counts.
You think your spear can deal with that armor? Use attacks to energize your spear. Then hit your opponent with a heavy or power attack to blast the armor off.
How goes it?
That energy doesn't last forever. Shoot the globe. That spear can give you the edge in battle. Keep energizing it, and then your enemies. Triggering those energy blasts should help you vanquish your opponents.
Hit them till I get glowy, then shoot them. Right. Okay. Pitmaster.
Plan and execute. A good series of attacks. Good. I see how you earn a reputation. Good. Good.
Ah. Oh, come over here, you shit.
Impressive. You fight well. Yield! I yield! fought, friend. Well fought.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Ooh. Serves me right for thinking I could go up against the savior of Meridian. Here, have this. A little something for the new champion.
Thank you, Hodurk.
Don't be a stranger now. Come back whenever you'd like to spar again.
Only if there's rewards in it for me.
Okay. That's all for now, I think.
Love you.
Good luck out there.
Hopefully there'll just be some retarded switch somewhere and Lee'll just make it work. Still
You
stupid
might
though.
have beaten me, but you're
Posted
still welcome
on
to
the
keep training.
official site and two
What do you
different
say?
Reddits.
Fingers crossed. Why are you telling me to talk to him? I've already done
I
that.
should go.
I'll be here if you want to practice more.
I don't want to practice. It's lame. Earn all the pit marks. Cool. Love you, sausage. One day we will have something that just works. Today is not that day. It was too good to be. What?
And my coil's burnt. That's my last one.
It is too good to be true, though.
Change your mind about that brew?
Oh no, this looks like chess or some shit.
Come to revel in some strife, sister?
Do you have any
Let me
tissue
set the
paper
board.
over there, darling?
I was just passing
And could you
by.
also hold?
First timer, huh?
What's that? Hold the tip.
About it. I'll go easy on you. You got any
It's
pieces?
got liquid in it, so make sure I hold it.
No.
Well, aren't you in luck then? I got an extra set.
Whew,
A Tanakh
stinks.
original, straight out of the
Can I
Forbidden
just pour that
West.
in the bin?
Sit,
Huh?
sit. I'll run you through it in a
Oh no,
hot
that's the
spot.
tasty new liquid.
Yeah.
Give you something
Not
special
the
if
horrible
you win it on my
stinky. It
boards,
does
too.
stink. Smells of chocolate.
The old liquid.
What flavour are you going for this time?
I think it was a fruit.
I could
one.
ask my mate what it could be.
I really don't care about his stupid speaker, honestly. Oh, does he maybe know what the USB thing is? Is that what you're talking
No,
about?
let the speaker the us.
Ah, yeah, I mean, if he's a super nerd, that would be useful.
Yeah, it's on a Lenovo. Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3. And for some reason, just both of the USB slots, they're USB 3, and it's Windows
Hades
10,
pretty good
11.
with electronics.
Nice. Yeah, it's Windows 11. It's on a Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 laptop. And it's the two USB slots, which are both USB 3. They just don't work at all. Like, as in, they don't even draw power for something that doesn't need a driver. Like, the laptop fan should just work without a driver, but USB slots just aren't working. Do me a favour, don't just put them in the bin.
Okay. I don't know how this video game works. Let's see what it's like.
Radio, I've made some notes of the issue, and I'll message him in the morning.
Nice, thanks, man.
Thank you. Alright, let's attempt the
Anytime.
tutorial.
Let's start off simple. The Tanakh like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy.
That sounds awful, I hate it
Each get a
already.
set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. And to win the game, you need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner?
This sounds like chess but more autistic.
Here's how many victory points you'll get for destroying that machine.
You must acquire at least
Notes
12
also tell you
victory
how far
points
a
in
piece
order
can
to win.
move, how powerful their attacks are, the distance they can strike from,
How many HP
and of
source?
course, their health.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I'll explain the rest as we go. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, I'll let you go. Usually you get to choose which pieces to set on the board, but this will do for now. Pick up that machine piece to your right, and move it forward. And remember, each machine can only move a certain distance. Take a look at your notes if you need a reminder.
Now, she's telling me to move it forward, but I don't really want to move it forward because then he can hit me.
Just need to, move that machine forward, Red.
Oh, it says you have to put it there.
Easy enough, huh? Now,
You're gonna
you
move
get to
forward and
2
slap me.
machines each round. So go ahead and pick a second
Oh,
machine.
okay. Wonder if you can diagonal them. Oh, she's forcing me to put it there. But then I'm gonna get hit.
There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn. We're forging onwards.
You're gonna wreck me.
Move my pieces here. And we're back to you.
What?
This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces?
Oh, they just line themselves
Try
up
with
for a
that
good
machine on
smack.
your right first. Now move the piece. When performing an attack, you'll be testing your machine's combat power against the opponent's. A machine's combat power is a combination of the terrain your machine is standing on and its own attack power. This board only has grassland terrain, which has no effect on a machine's
Okay.
combat power.
Oh, so I imagine
And
if you
your
have the high
opponent's
ground.
machine has 2 points of attack power. So in total, your machine's combat power equals 2 points. Since my machine isn't the one attacking, it has 0 points of attack power. And just like your machine, it's not affected by grassland terrain. So right now, the difference in combat power between the 2 machines is 2 points. This means your machine can do 2 points of damage to my machine. Did you get all that?
Yeah, I'm gonna smack you around, bitch.
Knew you were a smart one. Finish up by attacking my machine.
Schmick. Schmick.
Not pulling any punches, huh? Now grab that second machine of yours. See how your machine can't move close enough to attack mine? You can make your machine sprint. That
What?
lets it move 1 space further. Try it out. Try sprinting up to one of my machines.
I didn't want to hit that one. I want to hit that one, though.
Downside to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now, some players like to take a risk and overcharge their machine in cases like this. Overcharging lets you attack after a sprint, but it will damage your machine's health.
Yes, I
for 2
die on the
points.
next turn.
So use at your own discretion. Let's try doing that now so you can see what I mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna die, though.
That's about it for your turn, then. Now, I'll let you in on a
Oh,
neat
okay, they
trick.
politely.
That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it.
They're both. Oh, okay.
Same as in the wilds. Machines have both armored points and weak points. You can see them marked on the pieces. Blue shows where their armor is
Oh.
thickest. Hit them there, and you'll do some damage, but not a lot. Now, red shows the machine's weak points. Hit those, and you'll deal a mighty blow. Here, let me show you. Rotate that piece so your machine faces mine. Now let that machine have it.
You get a bonus.
Extra 1 point in the mark.
Off the
Die
course
anyway.
she goes, and there's your first victory points. You don't have 7 of them yet, so let's keep going. Your machine attacked mine, but hasn't moved yet. Go ahead and move downwards towards my remaining piece. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. But if you overcharge your machine,
But
you
I'll
can attack
die,
a
won't
second
I?
time. And by the look of your machine's health, you'd be sacrificing your piece to defeat mine. But sometimes that can be a good thing. Overcharge your machine to attack mine a second time, and I'll show you what I mean.
Eh?
Nani?
Ain't that a thrill? Now, because your machine was knocked out at the same time as mine, we both get the victory points our machines are worth. Good news is, since you're the one attacking, you're going to receive your victory points before I do.
What?
Which means you can reach the coveted 7 victory points first. That's why sometimes losing a piece can be the best way to end a game in your favor. Now,
Ah, so if you would reach 7 and they were on 6, you would win rather than end in a draw. That's quite good actually, because I fucking hate it when games like draw, you lose.
That wasn't so hard, was it? Just remember to always check for the best terrain to attack from.
You tell me that, but you haven't taught me about terrain yet. You've just taught me this terrain does nothing.
I'll try and remember that.
Oh, before I forget, these are all my spare pieces. I want the Savior of Meridian to have them. It's a small set to be sure, but it should be enough to get you in on any strike games you find out there. You might even fancy looking out for them strike cards. They've got all kinds of unique pieces that can turn a game in your favor, though they'll need the right materials to craft you one. Or you might find them in the wilds if you're lucky. You know, I've lost my fair share of pieces after night of machine hunting or brew hopping. No need to thank me. Always a pleasure to help out new strike players. Now, if you feel like playing a real game, I've got plenty of other boards. I could even teach you a few more tricks if you're up for it.
Thanks. I'll think about it.
Sure, I will do the tutorial.
I knew I'd make a strike player out of you yet.
I've
How
played
about this time I
the
tell you how
tutorial.
to use a board's terrain to your advantage. This one's got all the different terrains you can encounter in a game of strike. Knowing when and how to use them can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Terrain mainly affects your machine's combat power. As you know, when fighting an opponent's machine, you compare its combat power to yours. The higher your machine's combat power, the more damage you can do. So finding the right terrain is an essential strategy for overpowering your opponent. Here, I'll show you. Grab that piece to your left and move to attack my machines. Now let's take a look at your machine's combat power. Combat power is the sum of a machine's attack power and the value of the terrain it's standing on. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's also standing on forest terrain with a value of 1 point. Add those together and your machine has 3 points of combat power. My machine is standing on grassland terrain with a value of 0 points. It's also not attacking, which means their attack points aren't in play. So my combat power is 0. This means your machine can do 3 points of damage. Go ahead and test it out. There you go. Now, choosing the right terrain doesn't just improve your offense. It can also help defend your machines from attack. Grab your other piece and place it in front of my second machine. Since it's standing on grassland terrain, this terrain has a value of 0. This means your machine's combat power adds up to 2 points. My machine can't use their attack power since they're defending their position. But they have the higher ground. They're standing on forest terrain, which is worth 1 point. This means my combat power adds up to 1 point. Now, the front of my machine is colored blue. This means that the spot you're about to attack has armor protecting it. Which means my machine gets an extra point, giving it a total of 2 combat power points. If we compare the combat power of both machines, you'll see that you won't be able to do any damage. Whenever you're unable to top an opponent's combat power, you can still choose to attack and break their machine's defenses instead.
Oh.
Go ahead, try it out and see what happens. See? When you break a machine's defenses, you can knock it backwards.
It's probably only useful to do that for the first character.
1 point of damage. But knocking my machine off that terrain makes it more vulnerable to attack.
Still in the same terrain.
Not only that, if my machine had been blocked from moving backwards, it would have received an extra point of damage. And if my machine had been blocked by another one of my pieces, that machine would have received damage as well.
So you knock them into each other.
That's why breaking a machine's defenses is a great way to deal damage to several pieces at once.
You're right, cutie.
Right?
Try
Okay,
and just
go
look
ahead
in the
and end
holes.
your turn. There's still one more thing I want to show you.
It's basically not being used. It shouldn't have broken holes.
Alright, as we've seen, the higher the terrain, the more it'll add to your machine's combat power. However, there are 2 other terrains that work a little differently. This is what we call a chasm. Only flying machines can be placed on those. But it'll take away 2 combat points if you do, so be wary. This is marsh terrain. Landing on it will take away 1 combat power point from most machines. It'll also keep your machine from moving for the rest of the turn. Here, let me show you. Grab that machine on your left.
But Burrower doesn't go in the water,
See?
I don't think.
All you can do now is wait for your next turn to move again. Or you can overcharge your machine to get out of there. You can still attack any nearby enemies so you're not completely helpless. Well, I think that's enough yammering for me for now. Promise it'll all come in handy next time you play.
The tutorials are a little bit over-tutorialized. Watch, I'm gonna eat shit now, aren't I? Since I've said that.
Here for more tips? Why don't I tell you a bit more about the pieces we used to play? In a normal game, you get to choose which machines you place on the board. Each one is worth a certain number of setup points, and you can spend up to 10 assembling your army. Knowing what each machine brings to the game and building an army that matches your strategy is the key to becoming a machine strike master. When assembling your army, there are a few things to keep in mind. First and foremost, you can never have more than 4 of the same machine on the board at the same time. With that in mind, most players would choose machines based on how far they can move or how much attack power they have. But
You're doing all of the other things the internet says.
And skills. Let's take a quick look, shall we? Pick up that machine on your left. Alright, let's talk about the different ways in which a machine attacks its opponents. In other words, its machine type. If you look at your notes, you'll see this machine here is a melee type. You can also tell by the shape of the base the piece stands on. A melee type machine attacks the first enemy within range, and no one else. We've seen this plenty of times, so just move that piece forward so I can show you some more stuff. Great, now grab your other machine. Looks like we've got ourselves a gunner-type machine here. This means they'll only hit the farthest enemy in their attack range. Let's move that machine forward and end your turn so we can take a look at the rest of the pieces.
What?
Let's go with this piece first. This is a ram-type machine. Attack an enemy with it, and it'll push the piece backwards. Like this. See, now my machine has taken over your machine's spot on the board.
Okay.
This is a great way to take the advantage away from your opponent if they have the higher ground. Looks like we have one more piece to look at. Now this is a beauty of a piece. A dash-type machine. When it attacks, it'll move to the end of its attack range and damage every machine in its path, including your own.
Oh.
So make sure you take a good look at the board before you send it off to the races.
I feel like I maybe shouldn't have started Autism Chess.
On an empty spot. Otherwise, you won't be able to attack at all.
But I haven't really got to the point that I'm actually playing. This is still tutorial.
Look, it even rotated your piece. A nifty little piece you'll definitely want in your set. If you look at your notes, you'll notice this particular machine has one of the skills I mentioned before. There's quite a few of those, and we haven't even looked at all the machine types yet. But I'm pretty sure you've got more important things to do, so I made you a list. It's got all the tips and tricks we talked about, too. I think that about does it for now, so if you want to play a real game, just let me know.
That was the end of the tutorial. Let's try bitch basic mode. She was like, here's some pieces, but then I don't know how I actually assemble my crew.
Here we go.
Oh, do you choose where to place your pieces as well?
Up. That's it for me. You got me down to one piece. I am impressed.
Protect my ass from here.
Time to make my move. Board's all yours.
Hang on. Oh, that's a hill. I thought that was a chasm. Fuck me.
to get serious. Your turn. Oh, I thought I had that one.
Okay. Oh, I have to do all of them to get the reward. Okay.
Let's play. Okay, let's see. You're up, Red.
Fuck.
I'm glad you decided to play, Aloy. This is fun.
I forgot you can only move 2 per turn.
My turn.
So I fucked up there.
Off the board it goes. Your move, Red. That was brutal.
Meh.
Hey, I like that piece where it was. Well, that's done now. My turn.
Oh dear.
Knocked right off the board. good for you, Red. One less piece on the board. Okay, let's see.
Shit.
That's the game. You up for a rematch?
You know what? I don't think I really care for this game anyway. I feel like I might as well give it best of 3.
All right, let's start off simple. The Tanakhs like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy.
Have I opened a...
We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory
points.
Oh, guess you're done, huh?
Victory points make your teeth fit.
Yeah, it was the tutorial I accidentally opened. It shouldn't ping you back to the top of the tutorial page, I don't think.
Let's do this! That's it for me. Whoa! Got me good.
I damaged myself doing that. I think I did, you know. Yeah.
Time to get serious.
Oh no, I received a murder.
Your move, Red.
Oh, if I'd done that, I could have killed both. Bollocks. Stupid. Stupid dragon.
Time to make my move. That was brutal. Only one machine left. I'm up.
Damn it.
Oh, I won! Probably shouldn't sound so surprised, huh?
Nah. Not smart enough for this. I'm deeply ashamed that I'm
Come for that beer after
such a
all,
basic
eh?
bitch, but
Here, sit
I am.
down. Get a pint in her hand.
Okay, I love you even if you're
Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
There's that spark. Fire and spit.
People are using the handles in a video game. It's unheard of.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the bristlebacks, the work stoppage, Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons off the table! Ah, don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't fix eventually.
So the bristlebacks in the Daunt.
You're just trying all the things. Even the things that sound stupid and hopefully will just work.
Where did they come from?
That's the
Trying
thing.
to store every single
No one
driver
rightly
I
knows.
can and
They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley
reinstalled
like
the
they exploded out
USB
of a
like
forge.
thingamabob 3 different times now, nothing.
Lost some
Turned
Have you
off all the
restarted
power settings,
But
the
I heard
computer
talk of
since
some
then?
bandits
Yeah.
trying to take him down.
Did they come through here?
Stopped by briefly for supplies. Olvin was none too pleased. Won't be able to crank it to his advantage once the bristlebacks are gone.
But how could bristlebacks in the Daunt help Olvind?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the bristlebacks came from, Olvind has taken to blaming the Karja for him. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until
Oh, there
the
won't be any
concession's signed.
antivirus on that because it's new.
He's been trying to
Yeah.
rile up the workers since the day he rolled into
I'm only
town.
downloading
And people actually
Official
believe it.
clevery things.
Lots of folks suffered at the hands of the Mad King during the Red Raids. Give them half a reason, they'll blame the Karja for anything.
Damn Karja slavers.
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back. But realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
So about Olvind.
Around here, everything's about Olvind.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back
totally
home
legit.
know that this is Karja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree.
Well, I have to be going. Thanks for the drink, Petra. I'm glad I stopped by.
Anytime.
I think she had more dialogue here. Dialogue here? What? I think she had more dialogue there.
Come for another round?
This concession decree, what is it exactly? And how would it help?
I think she has more milkers.
That's why.
A writ that
yes.
all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Karja land. It would mean that
I think
any
that's their
existing
attempt to
ore,
apologize
stone, and
for
timber
Ally
claims
being
couldn't be revoked by the
smoothened.
Karja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And
I appreciate that she's got realistic tits, though. They're not like
richer than a scrapper and a junkie.
anti-gravity boobies.
Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Osram municipality, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually the magistrate will sign.
You're going with the very official turned off,
see
turn
you
back on
around,
again method again.
Until next time.
Anti-gravity can be annoying at times.
Dare I ask? I'm gonna regret asking, aren't I? Go on, Colin, make me regret asking that.
No, it just looks so unnatural, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I thought you were going to say something cursed, that's all. Still being a huge retard.
Still being a massive retard.
Don't you be getting mud on me with those karate feet.
There she is, the reigning
No,
champion.
I'm not.
You back for some training?
It keeps giving me a symbol saying
Don't
that...
worry, some lads I know have been victims of my cursed speeches earlier.
Okay. So I've got all of these, so what's the point? I don't want to do the tutorials. Is there a reward for doing them? No.
I should go.
I'll be here if you want to practice more.
Oh, it's telling me if I've discovered the campfire, it doesn't cost me a fast travel bag. Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Acid ammo will make this go quick. Scroungers. Noldiv said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles.
The burrow will watch me do that.
like I have everything I need for Mildev. Good thing, too. I can use a decent meal. The snowfall's blanketing the land.
You okay, gorgeous? Just irritated.
Yeah.
If it counts for anything, I also wanted it to work. It's the fact that we didn't even think to plug anything in when you were poking it earlier, because you were just poking it and going, wow, look how fast it is.
Ah, there you are. I happen to receive another visit from Olvin himself. He was pushy, but I stood my ground. And dare I say it, I even got my own back. Yes, I did.
I'm listening.
When I made his meal, I used 3 pinches of salt. Instead of 2.
Each journey begins with a single step, I guess. I think I have everything you asked for.
Then just as you have inspired me, let us see if I can return the favor. Time to cook.
Oh, il est le robot.
Wow. Mildev, that was inspired.
Next time you want the best provisions, you know where to find me. Your next order of any dish will be on.
Thanks. And don't forget to stand up for yourself.
Funny you should say that. As it happens, I'm already cooking up my next portion of resistance. Hope to see you again.
Never.
Back for that free meal? Go on, peruse my menu.
Love you. Oh, you can only hold 2 meals in total. Ah, that's why these are so good, because you can only get 2 at a time. Oh well. you. Just being an arse. A big stinky arse.
Bucket.
I've already done that quest though. That doesn't make sense.
Might be a good idea to stock up on some food before I head back out. And see what else Elder's cooking up.
I've already done this quest, or is he gonna have different text?
There she is, the reigning champion. You back for some training?
I don't need to do the training, I've done the quests. Why? I've done them all.
See you later, O'Dirk.
Farewell then.
It's just being stupid. Love you.
Cool.
You're allowed to give up at a night and just play on the actual other laptop, you know.
So late, I'm just go to bed.
Ah.
Drink later?
What time is it, cutie?
It's 3:06.
That bristleback's gonna run me down. Get to safety!
Shut that plant.
Thank the forge you were here.
Get inside until it's safe.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Acid bristleback. Huh. Just a random NPC. Two random NPCs.
Hello!
Wow. I mean, I guess.
Hello.
Hello!
Did just say greet, but...
got a chainsaw for horns.
Oh, that moved faster than I expected it to.
This whole area is rigged with tripwires. It's always something.
Hold tight! I'll see what I can do!
How do you get off the horse again? Just like that.
Got it! Acid's all over it!
Just like I thought.
That's the last one.
Hello, Red. What a day.
Thank the Forge who showed up. Tripwire's handy. She not as young as you. Come on over. Let me give things proper like. I see you're a practiced hunter. Took you less time to kill those scroungers than vanguards to kill one bristleback.
So the vanguards came through here?
Yeah, just a bit ago. Down that bristleback, headed south.
You learned
Then those
anything?
scroungers showed up to carve the
No,
carcass.
not really.
As they do.
I've tried every single solution I could find
After more
online,
bristlebacks?
short of someone saying
Probably.
remove the battery,
This whole valley is swarming with them.
let it
The
drain,
Vanguard seemed
and
dead
then
set on getting rid of them.
reinstall it and charge it.
That seems
Hold on
like
there,
a really
Rich.
fucking weird thing to do.
Chasing
Yeah.
across the dawn. They're gonna want a
Some people claimed
tripcaster.
it fixed it though.
Not just any
That's like the only
tripcaster.
thing
One of mine
online
make
that
free of charge.
Haven't
tried
tried.
yet. I've
Workmanship looks
updated
solid
every
enough.
single driver, I've
Yep.
reinstalled the batteries,
tweaking
I've
designs
restarted the
since I left
computer
Chain
after
Scrape.
every single update.
More room to tinker out here. Less chance
Ask
of
Lee to come over tomorrow and have a look at it, I guess.
Yeah.
accidents.
Did something happen in Chain Scrape?
More like someone.
Let me guess. Olvend.
Back when I had a place in town, he took a real interest in my wares. Kept pressing for the Ulven discount. I said no. He didn't like that so much. I can't prove it, but that Jeff Bucket set my workshop on fire. Felt it best to put some distance between us after that.
Cable car operator told me the bristlebacks just appeared yesterday. Do you know anything about them?
How is old Karn? Back in the day, me and him got in all sorts of trouble. There was this one time that...
Anything about the bristlebacks?
No. Karn said true. Just showed up and ran amok. Lucky for me, I've got you and the Vanguard swooping in time to time to save my backside.
I should get going. Thanks for the tripcaster.
While you're blasting bristlebacks, I think I'll head down to the hunting grounds. Did you know they have a tripcaster trial? Come by later if you want to try it out.
Maybe. After I get things under control. So Aaron headed south. Should be able to pick up his
Still on
tracks
all
with my
of the
focus.
floatware.
That's a BIOS update.
It's just been stupid.
Stupid, stinky.
Stuff for the stash.
What's that over there? Telga. Acid bristleback. Weak to shock.
It's a ruin from the old world. I could find something interesting inside.
Hi, Papa.
It's a bed, cutie.
Oh, I might join you.
Brush the key.
I'm gonna try and kill this big monster. Do you want to watch me probably eat shit and die?
There we go. Still a bit tender.
I literally just fill it with bullets from here. That's quite funny.
Holding together.
Ah, that was easy.
Must be a way to get inside.
Hello. Hey, NPC 1572, come back here.
Yeah, guy went down like a bitch.
To be fair, I didn't let him get anywhere near me. Yeah, I'll save with my key. Didn't actually notice you trapped there, mate.
Mighty thankful to you, Savior.
Just Aloy is fine.
Aaron mentioned you're not one for fancy titles.
You're Vanguard.
Well, here to escort VODs' delegate behind to the embassy.
If we can get rid of these bristlebacks.
Captain said to keep an eye on Chain
Oh, when did it get
then
so
these
late?
ugly lugs showed up.
Gave the first one a good beating.
But didn't quite have time to roll out of the way when it fell.
Told you it wasn't a good idea to eat that much before heading out.
I should probably get going.
Now, if you see any more of these bristlebacks,
I'll make sure to roll out of their way.
Might want to take some of these with you as well. They're handy in a pinch.
Thanks.
Stay safe, Aloy.
What did you give me? Berries? Potions? Smoke bombs? Huh.
Come on. Time to get these machine carcasses to Chain Scrape.
that ought to be fun.
The signal my focus picked up is coming from that metal tower. Maybe I should check it out.
That's going to be cutscene heavy, I'm quite sure. Leave it alone. Go to bed. Go to Ted. God, that saving took no time at all. Right, time to save and quit. Quit.